stickers. But that's, the idea is that you...
Post-it notes, you can post-it notes.
But that's what I mean, like you have to say as a whole group, if you're doing a whole group setting, what do you like, what are your interests? And that is the motivator, because then they're like, well, I love that. I want that. So
and in one of our classes, we had to fill out like what motivates us, like our incentive sheet. Yes. So it was, writing down, we wrote Hershey Park tickets or like stuff like that. Like chocolate. We were, going over chocolate was one. But 10 minutes of extra recess, that's just, you can do that. Or eating lunch with a teacher, that's free for you. It's like things like that. But like
that aren't going to cost a lot of money.
So
but it gets the purpose.
And it's exciting. More exciting, I think.
No, these are just ideas that we found on Pinterest.
So like,
I'm sure they Hocus Pocus, and then
Red Robin.
Like
if you can hear me, touch your head.
Yeah.
These are just all different ideas. Like holy moly, guacamole. That could be a new one. Kids love guac nowadays.
Yeah, that's it.
And you can make those about content though too.
Right.
So you can have a content phrase that they might say. So like Egypt is in Africa. So don't think of them as just that. Don't advertise Red Robins. Use it purposefully.
Okay, these are just ideas for calming areas, which Dr. Nelson will talk a lot about also.
This one I found I was like obsessed with it. So say like this one of your students is like having a really bad day or like something didn't go right for them, and they just need to get out of the classroom for a second, or like they're getting really frustrated with like a concept and like you've tried and you're both starting to get frustrated, and it's just better that they just take a break, and instead of sending them to the quiet area or something, give them a purpose. So say, oh my gosh, Sarah, like I totally forgot, I need to take this letter to
Miss Miranda.
Yeah. Can you please, I am relying on you, can you please take this? So pretty much what the letter would say, and you would already have this like made up. Or it's for the moment you can make one up, but you just have this in your like little file and whoop, pop it right out, and you talk prior to the teacher you're sending them to, and they know when little Sarah comes knocking on the door, that it's not an emergency, everything's fine, it's just she needs something to get her mind off of, whatever's going on. So the note pretty much just says, like, they open it, it's like, oh, like, Miss Miranda, I hope you're having a great day. One of my students just needed a break. See you at lunch. Like, it's nothing really.
Give them a hug.
Like give them a hug. Tell the class, like, oh, this is my friend Sarah. Give them a little moment. Thank you so much for bringing it. Just kind of something to, like, refresh them, and then they go back to their classroom. They also said that the teacher could have one ready and be like, oh my gosh, Sarah, like, I need you to take a letter back to your teacher, like, you're wonderful, like, you're the perfect male woman, like, just can really elaborate depending on how severe, the situation could be. It could be, like, an every week thing that the student takes a letter to a different teacher, or, something. There was one that, like, they took it to the principal, and it had, like, a snack in it. And, like, it was just, like, it had, like, a Slim Jim or something, and, like, you take it to the principal, and it's, like, you're not in trouble, but, talk to the principal so you can get things, figured out. And so that was just kind of a simple way just to give the child a break and send them out of the classroom, get some air, and resolve the issue that way. Did you talk about this?
Oh, yeah. I really like this one, too. It says Kaylee's Calm Down Sandwich, but it could be for any child. So you could just have Calm Down Sandwich on it. And there's, like, the hamburger. It says take a calming walk. The tomatoes draw in my journal, write in my journal. The lettuce is square breathing.
I don't know what that is. But probably like really. Oh, yeah. I was going to say really.
I would just maybe take a breathe.
Stop breathing until you pass out.
And the cheese says use my calming touchstone. It says necklace. So if that child has something specific that makes them calm down, you can write that on there. And then sensory bottles are a big thing now, and I think they're really good because they're super easy to make. Empty water bottles and put water, glitter.
Clean out the back of your car with all the water bottles, dust them up, don't throw them away, don't make your parents yell at you, just get them out, fill them with stuff, and, use them for something.
Yeah, there's tons of different ones on Pinterest. I've seen a bajillion, but we did them where I work, and they had was like hidden objects in it and it was rice and they would like look for different objects and stuff. So just those kind of things can really calm them down.
That's also awesome if you're going on a field trip and you have a student that can't handle like 15-minute traveling. You take these and you're like, oh, can you find all the objects in here and let me know when we get parked and we're ready to go on a field trip, let me know what you found. And then that kind of gives them something instead of like pulling the pigtails of the girl in front of you or, you know, slaying sideways out of the seat. So that's just like also another way to use that.
And then this is just like a calm down caddy and it has all different things that the children could use. And then this is like a reading sensory fort and it has like a tutorial for how to build it. But I've also seen just like the bigger cardboard boxes and they have like a pillow inside. So it could be like the Paradise Island we talked about, but it's like a calming area. Just they can just go there whenever they feel like they need to. Like you don't even need to send them. If they just feel like they just need to get away for a second, they can go over there. And this could be like in there, so we like all those.
Yeah, this one's really cool.
So this is just about rules and contracts, and we all love this because it's like we the people, but it's we the kids. And it says, in order to learn and have fun, we will follow the rules and be kind to one another. We will take care of one another and be a good friend. We will be free to learn, have fun, and have friends. We will make our parents, our school, and our teacher proud. We declare this for the class of, and you would put your word under there. And then they all sign the bottom, so it's like that's their contract that they all agree to.
But you could like put that on your wall next to your rules. They all are.
And that also can like cross into, you know, social studies. I don't want to get too hairy on this crossing into different curriculums, but that could lead to a discussion about, you know, oh well, you know, however many years ago they did this and it's still working. Like, whoa,
We just made one.
Yeah, yeah. So.
And these are just two more where it says, what should kids in our class be doing to make sure our classroom runs as smoothly as possible? And then post-it notes, they can write what they think. So it's a really good way to get them involved in it so they feel like they really are a part of it. And then this is also, you get their input about what their job is and what your job is. So it's like they're telling you also what they expect from you. I've been talking a while.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, they should have.
Oh, no.
5 steps to classroom management. Number 1, take advantage of the school year or term to set the stage for cooperation. Number 2, be particularly prepared and organized. Organization is key.
Ready?
Rule number 3, minimize transition time.
You guys can take it home.
Rule number 4, utilize a communication style that establishing non-threatening, comfortable environment.
And
Rule number 5, clearly establish expectations for conduct. So basically what you want in your classroom, how you want it to be.
if you didn't know this yet, also, if you followed us on Pinterest before, I messed up. And
Yeah, we don't know.
I cannot figure out email or password for the old one, so I had to make a new one.
So this is
So that's a new one.
Check it
The
out.
old one is literally KSRA Shift, and this one's KSRA Shift 1. So,
And if we forget again, it'll be 2, 3.
I like to use like 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty much like all the pictures that were on here tonight are pinned to our Pinterest on there. So it's just a classroom management board. Like all of them pretty much are on there, so you can go follow that. If you don't have us on Facebook and Instagram yet, we always are updating on there about meetings.
And if you did not get an email this
Yes.
morning for tonight's meeting,
I have
make
this.
sure,
Yeah, 2 stars.
just make sure you posted that with the 2
Because I went
stars.
through, this is so exciting. Although it was like 7:30 this morning and I was rushing around getting ready, I'm like, oh, let me send out the email before I go to placement, so that it's 2:30 by the time I get back. So I'm like zooming around and I send the email and it bounces back. And it says like, the group is like too large, you can only have 50 like people in it. I'm like, woo, and it says you have 72. Although I was like, now I gotta add these to a new group. I was ecstatic. So I don't know if there's any type of debacle that someone didn't get an email. That could be what happened today, but I want to get that fixed so everyone gets emails.
Also, next meeting, juniors, is cross-curricular.
Yeah,
so that's
we're gonna-
one you definitely want to try.
Yeah.
October 7th. And even if you, like, your friends aren't in KSRA, tell them to come.
If you yourself are like, I don't have cross-curricular for a year, this will benefit you so much. If they would have had this when we were, we'd be like, please tell us, please.
Beta would have loved us because she would have had to deal with
They
all
know
the
exactly what you're talking about. Oh yeah, us four in a group in her class.
What did you just say?
Yeah.
I need you to make some positive comments to them, though. Look how much preparation they did for you professionally today. Alexandra, what are you thinking?
Well, I actually just have a question.
Okay, go for it.
Do we have to like sign up or anything for KSRA?
Oh, the application document.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're still working on that. I said that'll be on the QR code on the board as soon as we get it.
Okay.
We just have, there's a new membership system, of course, you know. But, and we have, like Dr. Bingham says, we have to prove that we're SU students. So she has to write
Oh,
up.
yeah, I forgot I was supposed to do that. Send me an email. It'll go with the other 200 I have.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
So we just, so then what the QR code will be is it'll take you directly to the thing, and you'll just do it through there. We won't even have any paper to submit. It'll just go straight to them, and you'll know right then.
I can post a QR code. Like, so if she sends that to me, I'll post it on Instagram.
And
so
I'll do
probably
as well on
easy.
Facebook for you.
Oh, post it down for you.
But there's no like, yeah, I guess you would have to pay through like debit card or check or something like that. So you can get that figured out a while.
And t-shirts, money, if you see us, flag us down, I have money!
Yeah.
And we will get it where it needs to go.
So
October 7th is the last
Yes. Next
chance.
meeting.
let's hear a couple comments, though.
Love your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I appreciate that because it's been a long day.
It runs since 6:30 this morning. I don't know how.
Sarah, what are you thinking?
I appreciate that you didn't just use Pinterest, you use like the book and other sources, websites and blogs, so that shows us that we can find those things on places other than Pinterest.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
good point.
boring.
And some of the stuff is not on Pinterest. I don't want to say it was like,
Behavior charts are still on.
but like, it was.
If you look up behavior charts, they have like the best ones.
Behavior charts.
I like how you like shared our own experiences from your placement and stuff, and so like it could give us a feel about what we can do too.
Yeah, and I will say about the behavior charts, you will see them in your classrooms, and you will cringe.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut, bite your tongue,
And just think, when it's my classroom.
Yeah. And if you feel comfortable enough, like if you're there for a couple years, you can say, oh, like maybe, but like don't cross that line. If you feel comfortable, most likely bite your tongue. Do it in your own classroom, but you will see that out there. It's still, although you would think by now it would be maybe gone.
They still are.
They're still chugging
And
along.
young teachers
So it's
too.
our
So
job
not just-
to get them out of there for good.
And yeah, and that's a good point. Don't judge when you're in your standing placement. Don't say to your teacher, oh, well, I learned this about classroom management.
You bite your tongue.
Yeah.
You don't say
There's
a word.
plenty of things that we've seen that we didn't like, and we're all like, you're not believe my teachers did today.
It was horrible. Talk amongst yourself, but don't cross the line.
Yeah, and don't tweet about it either.
Yeah.
Oh, no, stay off the social media with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so
You
much.
have something, Mariah?
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say thank you for putting the Pinterest on there because sometimes when I go to Pinterest and you pull up one thing, it's so much, so overwhelming. You don't know if it's good, and it's so overwhelming. So
Yes.
now that I have somewhere to go to say, oh, I know this is good.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you.
Good point.
Thank you.
Hours of professional development.
Yay, 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 yay.